Thank you. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you so much to Kevin, Bruno and Vicky, because I'm a very last-minute entry to today and I feel very grateful, and because of them we've gone live with our minimum viable product today. We've just launched Bespoke Your World. So my background is fashion and business, and I've been a buyer for 17 years of my career, and so tech is a new area for me. So I'm really honoured to be in this room, and your feedback and insights into what I'm developing is going to be hugely beneficial. I quit my job 2 years ago, which was a head of buying for River Island, to launch Bespoke Your World. The idea behind Bespoke Your World is that there's a huge gap in the market for unique luxury. So there are makers making amazing collections, brands all over the world that aren't represented in stores. 80% of the stores around the luxury stores around the world have very, very similar brand mixes dominated by the big brands around the world. But you may or may not have heard of the maker revolution that's coming in upon us. There are people that want unique things, that want special things, that are making things all over the world. So over the last 6 months, myself and a small team have been researching amazing makers and brands and undiscovered brands from the UK, Europe, and around the world. And what so I said to myself I was going to take this forward for fundraising and to make it into a big platform, a curated luxury platform, and that's where this could go. But I'd also be really interested in your insights. Could it go there, or could this be from Instagram, which is where I'm launching my minimum viable product? Could it go to an app? Could it go to social selling? I really want to do something innovative. So I started researching the makers, and I said, you know what, okay, we're going to take this forward for fundraising. So let's just start Instagram, because we're going to showcase the kinds of things that we're going to sell and talk about. So I started showcasing unique brands and makers, and then me featuring here, talking about what we're showcasing. And over the last 5 months, this is on my website at the moment, so I've hooked up the Instagram onto my website. But we talk about all sorts of unique, amazing products, and we tell stories about those products. It's not letting me load more. So what we found over the last few months is that we built up a community of 13,000 followers so far in around 5 months. We've been highly targeting those followers, going and looking at luxury channels and really being careful about who we're looking to come into our community. And so then with different mentors, I have discussed the product, discussed what we're doing, and through those conversations, realizing how difficult it is when you do launch something and the crash and burn that can happen when you're going for VC funding. And when the mentors have actually seen the Instagram platform, they've gone, oh my God, this is your minimum viable product, Sarah. Oh my God, you've got it right here. And I did a little trial a few months ago when we had 7,000 followers. I bought some pieces from an amazing maker in Notting Hill, and I put 4 pieces up, and I sold 1 through Instagram. I actually sold the rest as well, but to friends. I sold 1 through Instagram to a lady in Paris. And I, not knowing much about tech, I was like, that's shit. Oh shit. And then I talked to this guy, a mentor who's from Israel. He works in a VC fund there, and he was like, Sarah, that's actually really good that you sold 1, you had 7,000 followers. I was like, is it? Okay. And he goes, I love the idea that this is your minimum viable product, and that you're doing something new. So then we kind of taken and evolved this, and what's happening is with my team, we are engaging, we're telling stories, and we're engaging a community of makers. Now we're at 13,000 followers. Our following has slowed quite a lot recently, which I'd love your feedback on as well. It's really hard to accelerate the growth of the community, and I really want to do that. That's the next key thing that I need to do. But what's been amazing, and it's happening more day by day, we are getting makers finding us, and these are amazing brands from the UK, Europe, and around the world. They're finding us, they're saying how much they love what we are doing. Now, with my team, we've hunted probably 1,000 makers. And every single day at 5 o'clock, it comes to the time to present to me the findings. And I go, no, that's shit. Yes, that's great, which is basically what I've learned. And it's like I'm taking for the team my buying skill of how I would present in front of a brand director. I'm doing that. And what we have culled and curated the most amazing list of around 500 makers. And we have already started having conversations with makers, and already quite a few have signed up to the platform. I'm just literally trying to work out the legal agreements, the shipping things, all these operational things. But how they've signed up is that we will work on a quarterly basis, and they will sign up to marketing fees. It can be renewed if we both agree after that time, and we take marketing fees and a commission on sales. It's a zero stock model, and the maker ships to the customer. We've also found, somebody found it for me. I'm demonstrating our first live minimum viable product launch today. So this is me wearing a piece that I have from Maker. So I will be in some of the things that we sell, and I won't be in others, just because we found people like to see me, not because I'm vain. It's just they get more likes. So what we have here, we found a system, or somebody, as I said, somebody found it for me, called Spreezy, which is a invoicing system that is specifically for Instagram and Facebook selling. And so Spreezy are connected to my Instagram, and we connected Spreezy to the Instagram. We worked through it today to make this live. And what happens is a customer comments that they like it with their email address, and we say on it, we can delete your email address afterwards, and Spreezy send them directly an invoice. I'm going to show you that, and it literally happens instantly. So the minute they put their invoice, their email address in, they get this, and then you can go and continue to check out. And it's through PayPal, so it's all secure. And that's it. And then I inform the maker ships the product. So basically, that's the concept. And as I said, I'd really like to know from you all your insights. And my biggest thing right now is how I can accelerate the growth of the community. I've spoken to different companies, and obviously I don't want to work with a bogus company. I really want to find a digital marketing company to work with who could help me, but we've done a really careful job of profiling the people that we're using, so it's really important that we build a genuine community. And any other insights that you've got, and we've got some other questions, so I'll ask you those as well. Thank you.
Do you want to get the feedback first and then ask your other questions, or do you want to ask? You want to do that right? Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Well, I'm going to use power of the mic and say, let me introduce you to my friend. They run a company called Cut to Content. It's super cool. They're really creative. They're really the two girls that I know are sisters. Very fashionable. This kind of thing. They could definitely help you with.
Amazing.
I will make a personal introduction.
Thank you.
Right. Who else? Gilly's got his hand up, and he didn't get to ask his question about Snow Tripper, so he's all cross with me.
Hi. Listening to your pitch and speaking a little bit critically. So you've just launched a new platform, but your skills really are in pipelining between the producers of these things and getting them to a platform. So why are you not concentrating on saying, I have all of these individual things and taking them to lots of people? Your Theo, what's his face, Dragon, and all these rest of people, and using your sort of skills as a buyer to get these people that have come to you into lots of marketplaces, rather than trying to learn how to do the platform. I mean, lots of us have run a startup. It's all about stretching yourself, but you are in your comfort zone, finding these people who have got the thing. You've got 5,000 already.
500.
500. And take those to other people as a package.
Because the point is that I've also, my fault, my bad. I've also launching this for me and all the people that I know that want to go to a place where they can find curated, unique luxury in one place. So there are lots of other platforms. There's Farfetch, which connects boutiques all over the world under one platform. There is Etsy, which is for, as you know, all like crafted things. But the thing is, I'm a busy person, as we all are. I don't have the time to go and search on all these marketplaces and platforms, and ASOS marketplace and this marketplace and that one, to find unique luxury pieces. I want to go to one place where I can see it all curated for me. So that's why.
I got really comfortable sitting there. I was like, yes, definitely. Forgot to do my job. Here you go.
This is well outside of my skill set, so tell me to shut up if I'm saying something stupid. But is the idea of really high-end bespoke fashion for people who are busy, do they really enjoy an online buying experience? Would they not prefer to go to Harrods and have a personal shopper, or any? Is that not more what people who you're targeting are excited about? And again, tell me to shut up because I'm obviously not, not not into my fashion. But
Harrods isn't in Shoreditch, so probably not.
all right, but you know what I mean. A more of a physical shopping experience.
Do you want to
Anyone?
jump in? I hear you.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about my phone. No, you're not. This turns into like Wimbledon tennis style.
Hello. Yes. I'm going to be really horrible and say that's a man's way of thinking. There are lots of men starting fashion companies or companies solving problems for women. And I think target market here is totally women who are short of time. I know a lot of people who really like unique pieces. And if you ask when they last went into a shop, it was and actually spent time browsing 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So yeah, I think you're onto a winner. Sorry.
Thank you. Just another point as well. I read somewhere, to answer a little bit, I read somewhere, unfortunately I can't remember where I read it, but some industry press that 50% of shoppers now wish that they could buy directly from social channels and social media. Fashion.
Are you modelling all the products on your site, or are you hiring other people in?
Just a selection. So with the makers, we'll either do product shots, or it will be me and them, or we showcase like the collections without like crop shots. So you can see there. Okay. We put me in it to give it personality, but and we found that it really, like, people like that when it starts to go just product orientated. It loses the personal touch, and they don't like it as much. They like it that it's me kind of telling the stories about it. So, for example, here I tell like the story of this coat, making shearling one of a kind. I wanted to share the story of the coat, blah, blah, blah. So I'm kind of building trust with the customer. And in the future, it doesn't have to be just me. So for example, when we're selling things, when I did my trial before, I involved the customer and I put a picture of them and a picture and a quote about them and what that piece means to them. So as we develop this, we're going to say bespoke your style with Sarah, but then there's no reason why it can't be bespoke your style with this one, that one, and all potential bloggers or people around the world.
And who is taking the photographs and staging all the shots?
It's a mixture. So there's guys from my team. Anna took this photo, who's sitting right here. And I've also have a professional photographer as well that we use. But we also find that the community like the ones that are more real.
Right. Okay.
A little thing about using the microphone I'm getting from the camera guy. Just try and it's one. Doesn't. Then it works better like that. Okay. So did you get that like this? Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, working. I really like the Instagram buying thing. I think I'm not really into my fashion. I'm wearing a top with a swan on it, but I really like the inspirational, the aspirational thing. I follow a lot of people on Instagram. And I always think, oh, where can I buy that candle, or where can I buy that like fitness product? And I never can. So I really like that. But on the site itself, is there a way to just filter it? Like if you search like shoes or bag or like sheepskin jacket. I don't know. If you can search for it, it might be nice to like filter down the inspirational images. I think
on the Instagram
on the website itself.
Well, the website. I mean, honestly, the website, I don't really know what to do about the website because the website is a hybrid at the moment. I'm a fashion consultant. It's my personal website. It has my fashion consultancy experience in it. And then I've just plugged in Shop Our Instagram into the middle of it. It is not an e-commerce platform. I've done that intentionally for the first step because I think it looks much more maverick and exciting and engaging to see products that are done through Instagram. But I want to kind of integrate the two to drive traffic from the Instagram to the website, for the website to have a function and also to capture data. I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah, because I mean, it looks really nice. The design is great, but if you could filter the hashtags that you've used or something like that, that might be a good way around it.
That's really useful. Thank you.
I'm not really sure. Is it just one image that you're looking at and then you just buy? Because if I'm spending £250, I'd like to look at more than one image. Is that...
It is, well, it doesn't have to be. It can be, I was doing it, when I did my trial, I did 3 sets of 3 images. So I did a front, like a whole, and a crop and a side. But actually we found that people just really were motivated by the one image. So that's why I brought it back to that. But what might be an idea is when they get the Spreezy next click through, we can put a load of images on there. So that's a really good idea.
Hi there. So I understand you don't want to be on something like Etsy where it's a marketplace because you want your own individual brand, one place everyone can go. But I should say again, I'm not an expert in this field at all, but have you looked at something like Shopify where they give you it's literally a personalized website, it's your website. The disadvantage of things like Shopify is you have to bring the traffic, but it sounds like you're really good at that, and it will just allow you to focus on having your website, building your community, but it deals with all the sales for you.
I kind of want it to look more chic than a Shopify shop. That's again why I've gone for the Instagram. I don't feel that I am good at getting the traffic. I'm like, how are we going to get to 100,000? God damn it.
Kevin says it's over, which means I'm going to let one more question happen.
Well, can I ask the question, how can I build my community? How can I accelerate the growth?
That's opening a whole kettle of fish. Why don't you ask a hands-up question? Can you put that question into a hands-up question?
Hands up who's got good ideas on how I can...
Shout out some options. One word. Huh? I missed what he said.
Bikini shots.
Bikini shots.
Okay, hit that man.
Yeah.
You need to tell people what you want them to do.
Pardon?
You need to actually tell people what you want them to do and then give them something to share. So we want you to share and give them a reason to share. And I think the other thing is you need a call to action, whatever it is. So if you want people to understand that they can buy something, tell them that they can buy something. It's a lovely looking site, but actually sometimes people just need to be told what to do next, if they love it. Tell them to share and then give them to share. Tell them to buy and then tell them where to buy it.
What about
Thank you.
getting your top influencers, rewarding them with like a fashion evening where it's like you and some top people from your connections, but only people that share every single day all of your items, whatever, like really reward those people, because then they get something which doesn't cost you much, a few drinks at a bar, and then that's becoming that part of that world of fashion and kind of chicness.
It's great.
Okay, good. We'll end on that then. So, big round of applause for Sarah, please.